welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you a list of 10 things that you can cut from your budget in order to make more debt payments or put more into savings, depends on what your financial goals are. So for us personally, we have debt and we're trying to pay it off faster. So we've had to cut a lot of things from our budget in order to do so. And I thought I would share some of the things that you guys can do. Now you guys can cut a few of the items or all of the items, whatever works for you. Now I was going to say 10 easy things to cut from your budget, but I realized that really most things aren't easy to cut. But when you're motivated enough and want to pay off your debt or want to reach some sort of financial goal, you will be able to do these things in order to help your future. So let's get started. Number one, and I know you guys know this already, but I thought I'd still throw it in there, and it is TV or cable. What we do is we pay for internet at our house and then we have Netflix instead, because let's be honest, most people like watching Netflix anyway because you can binge watch and it works for us. Now the only thing I would say is that my husband would really like to watch sports. So we might look into like a sports version of Netflix. I know there's a couple options out there we might look into, but it still would be way cheaper than paying for TV. With cutting TV or cable, we've actually never had, since we've been married, we've actually never paid for TV. But I think if I'm correct, it could be anywhere between $50 and $100 a month. So I'm gonna keep a running total of how much you can save by cutting these items and give you a grand total at the end. So yeah, I would say between $50 and $100 you could save by not having TV. And then number two is all the small subscriptions. And now a lot of these you don't even know you have, at least personally. You sign up for something here and sign up for something there, and you know, you stop using the app, let's say Spotify, or other subscriptions that I know about are shopping ones where you have to sign up in order to get like these great deals, but then they charge you every month and expect you to buy every month. I fell into a big trap with that. Or also free trials, signing up for free trials, and then they charge you and send you a new product every month, and you just, you know, it takes you a couple months to realize it and then cut it off and things like that. So I would say to beware of that trap as well. But and then my husband also had a few, I want to say comic book app and possibly an anime app. I know, he's a nerd. And I think we cut probably over $25 a month by canceling all the subscriptions. Some that were being used, some that were not being used. And then number three, now this one's gonna be harder for some people than it is for others. It took me a while to get used to, but I just know that it's gonna be worth it, so it's getting easier for me, and that is clothing purchases. Now, I'm not talking about stuff that you need, you know, especially where I live up in northern Canada, we have to add jackets, sweaters, that kind of thing to your wardrobe, especially if you have kids and they grow. There's no other option. But we all, well, not we all, I can't say that, but a lot of us tend to buy clothes we want and we don't need, you know, with something new coming out that's cute and we just buy it. And that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, cutting out of your budget. And one way of doing that is just to not go to the mall for like hanging out, because you almost always end up buying something. At least that's how it was for me. I don't know, it's hard to say what other people spend on it, so I'm just gonna say add up the amount that I would typically spend, or at least I can't even remember what I used to spend on this kind of stuff, but I would say probably around $100 a month that I'm saving by not buying stuff on impulse. If I really need something, then I will save up for it or put it into a budget for it the next month. But there's very few clothing items that you just have to buy right now on impulse. It's just, usually you have a little bit of notice, you know? So anyway, I would say, yeah, $100 a month savings by cutting out clothing purchases. And then the fourth one is going out. Now this is a big one for us. This was a big one for us. You know, me and my husband, we both work full time, so it's easy to come home from work and just order in or quickly go out to eat instead of cooking. And it's unbelievable how much it adds to your going out or to your monthly expenses. So what we've done is we do bi-weekly date night. Like every 2 weeks we'll have a date night. Nothing fancy necessarily, but just a little sit down meal. And then other than that, we pretty much cut out all of going out. If we do want to go out and on impulse or whatever, we would take it out of our grocery budget. And yeah, so we just pretty much stopped budgeting for regular going out, and that's saving us around $200 a month. Now the fifth thing that I cut out is hair. I still get my hair cut every once in a while, but I don't get my hair colored. Like this color that's in my hair is from a year ago, is the last time I dyed my hair. And so that, like one sit down of having your hair colored is at least $100 and probably more. So that is a huge way of saving it, because if you regularly get that done, probably some people every like 6 weeks, some people every couple months. I personally would do it probably every 3 months or so. That is a lot of money. And so by cutting that out, I'm saving probably $50 a month if I'm thinking about going every 3 months, around that. And then, yeah, like I said, I will still get my hair cut, and my husband will still get his hair cut, because that's not something I can do myself. Like I think I am following this other lady on YouTube that said she taught herself how to do her family's hair, and kudos to her. Like that is really, really awesome, but that's not, I would not trust myself to do that. So yeah, but if you can cut out even haircuts, that's awesome. You'd even save more, but I just personally can't do that. Number 6, this is a doozy for me, and that is coffee. Coffee for me and beer for my husband. I wouldn't buy coffee every morning, because I never leave myself enough time from leaving the house to getting to work to be able to stop for coffees. But I would often get a coffee, not every day, but very often, if it was on my way to work or on my way doing errands at lunch or whatever it was. I love getting coffees, and I still will get a coffee every once in a while, but I don't have money in my wallet just for that. If I have some extra change that happens to be in my wallet, I will still get a coffee, but I will just swipe my card every time. And I'm saving anywhere between $50 and $100 a month on coffees, depending on if it's something like McDonald's or Tim Hortons coffee or Starbucks. And then my husband will every few months he will treat himself to a 6-pack or a 12-pack or whatever, 24, I don't know, a case of beer. But we won't regularly buy beer to have in the house anymore. And that's saving, yeah, I would say $100 a month between the coffee and the beer. Number 7 is snacks. Now, I'm not talking about the kind of snacks that you have to have in the house, you know, for in between meals if you get hungry, or like a little bit of a bedtime snack, like bananas and apples and snacks that you actually eat because you're hungry. I'm talking about the snacks you eat as a pastime, you know, as a recreational thing. Those kinds of snacks for us were mostly chips, and this doubles as a health benefit too. But it's crazy when you go grocery shopping and you're just like adding these into your cart. Like, you know that the items, not all the items that you're buying are gonna serve as a part of a meal or a snack that you're gonna have in order to fill yourself up. It's just a want. It's just, I'm watching TV, so I'm gonna have a little bit of chips, you know? And so you just as well could go without. You're not depriving yourself physically by not having these snacks at 9 o'clock at night, but they actually really add up. I would say we're saving probably at least $20 and probably more or closer to $50 a month by not buying those types of snacks on the regular basis. Number 8 that is buying name brand clothes, groceries, and whatever else, shoes. There's just so many other options that if you're trying to meet a financial goal, why not give that up? I mean, who cares if you're wearing shoes from Old Navy or clothes from Old Navy versus Vans, or I don't even know if Vans are considered name brands, but you know what I mean, like Vans are more expensive than shoes you would get at Old Navy, and nobody cares that you're wearing shoes. Like, nobody even probably knows where you got your shoes. So yeah, we have kids, so we're gonna have to buy clothes and shoes and that type of thing, but just by choosing the cheaper options, it's easy. It doesn't mean that you necessarily have to go to Walmart, because I know there's a stigma around Walmart. I have nothing against Walmart clothes. I personally buy clothes for myself at Walmart because they have a lot of cute clothes now, but I know some people, they don't want to, but there's a lot of other cheaper options. Like, yeah, like I said, Old Navy is a good one, H&M, there's a lot of other options, and they have really, really cute kids clothes as well. So just by switching that out, that's an easy one. And then of course groceries as well. Some groceries you're not gonna want to eat the off-brand or the store brand stuff, if you know what I mean, like the Walmart brand or the yeah, whatever it might be. My husband refuses to buy anything but the name brand ketchup, for example. But there's a lot of other stuff that you can buy that are not the name brand stuff, like pasta. I know is an easy one, and you can cut quite a bit out of your budget by doing that. Personally, I think you could cut at least $50 a month. At least that's how much we've cut, and that's probably just groceries. And if you include clothes and shoes in that, it'd probably be more. But at minimum, you could probably cut $50 a month by choosing cheaper brands. Number 9, this is going to be a difficult one. Me and my husband went back and forth for months and months until we agreed to do this, because we've gotten so used to the technological age where we've access to internet all the time. But anyway, that is data. Man, it's crazy how much our phone bills are these days, because we have like a ton of data on there. And I kept telling my husband, like, I'm like, it's fine to have data and to spend that on data, but I said, we are not in that place financially where we just waste money by having access to watch YouTube videos wherever we are or whatever it might be. So like, why not make that little sacrifice that can potentially cut our phone bill by a big amount? And so we just this last month that we cut down our data to pretty much the minimum, because if you have certain companies, you have to have some data on in order to have a smartphone. I think that's what our phone company said. Yeah. So we kept a little data so that we can still iMessage and have like the app, the map app and stuff like that. But I just don't go on any social media. I don't use the internet when I'm not either at work or at home where I'm connected to Wi-Fi, because you're already likely paying for internet at home anyway, and that's where we spend most of our time. So I think that's a small sacrifice to make, and it doesn't have to be forever. It can be a short-term thing while you're paying off debt or while you're meeting some sort of financial goal. And then the second part, I'm gonna group these together, is to not have a phone on a contract. This doesn't apply to all countries in the world, because I know I grew up in Belize and you can't get free phones with a contract there anyway. You have to buy them outright. But here, you can go, once your contract is up, you go to Bell or Telus and they give you a brand new phone, and then they roll the cost into your plan. So now you're paying up to $100 a month or more. But a big part of that is you're financing your phone. So I looked on Kijiji and eBay, and there's a lot of places where you can buy refurbished phones for a fraction of the cost. I'm talking $50, $100, $200 for really, really good phones. And then you can save up for a couple months, buy the phone, and then you're not obligated to the phone company. We haven't done that yet, but I'm fully planning on doing that the next time I need a new phone. I don't want to finance a phone the next time until we've met our financial goal. And we can probably, for the data alone, I think we're saving $20 a month. And if you didn't have a financed phone, you'd probably cut your phone bill down by $75 a month, I would think. And then the last one is gym memberships. Now, if you're someone that goes to the gym regularly and that's part of your daily routine, and that is totally fine. But I'm talking about you have a gym membership, you pay for the gym membership, but you hardly ever go. For me personally, I broke my finger, and then I had some complications with my pregnancy, so I wasn't able to go for like 3 months. And so I put my gym membership on hold, because what is the point of paying for gym membership that you're not going to be able to use? Now, I know that if you're in your first year of a gym contract or whatever it might be, you might not be able to do that. And so, I mean, you don't have much option then. But if you can, either cancel your gym membership if you're not using it much anyways, or put it on hold if you can't go for a month, or you know you're not going to be able to go for the summer or whatever, because that's a lot of money. I mean, personally, I had the deluxe, I think the deluxe membership, so I could go to all the classes. So it was $100 a month, and that's quite a bit. So, and then my husband's is less. But together, if we weren't going to the gym, we were paying for $150 for gym memberships every month. That's how much we're saving by cutting that out temporarily. And that's a tricky one, because I very much believe in being healthy and being fit. But if you're not gonna go anyways and you're still spending the money, then that is probably not the most responsible thing. And I think a lot of us are in that situation. And if you want to cut it, but you still want to be fit, there's a lot of workouts you can do in your house as well. YouTube has so many workout videos. You can buy workout videos. So if you want to be fit, but you still want to cut your gym memberships, that is a wonderful way to go as well. So by adding up all the things, I kind of took the averages in the ones where it was a range, like TV, $50 to $100. So I kind of took the averages, but if I added them all together, we would be saving around $700 a month by cutting these things out of our budget. That is a lot of money. If you added $700 to your smallest debt, you would be paying that off so fast, it'd be crazy. And so I'm really excited to be committed to this and to pay off our debt so fast. And I hope that this inspired you to even take a couple things out of your monthly budget in order to pay off your debt. Because I think if we make these sacrifices now and live like no one else is willing to now, we're gonna be able to live later on exactly the way we want once we are financially free. I think it's really important to do that, and it would relieve a lot of stress from a lot of people's lives, and I know personally that is the case. So anyway, thank you for watching, and subscribe to my channel. Mwah.